Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. Boeing workers reject contract and plan to strike at midnight, while Uber stock surges on a new robotaxi deal with Waymo. The S&P has its best week of 2024 as Wall Street anticipates interest rate cuts. Short sellers increase bets against energy stocks amid falling prices, and AST SpaceMobile stock skyrockets following the Bluebird satellite launch, with Scotiabank reaffirming its rating. Legacy automakers scramble to counter the existential threat from agile Chinese EV makers, and New Street Research suggests AI PC demand might not meet expectations. Disney and DirecTV resolve their carriage dispute just in time for college football season, restoring channels like ESPN. Meanwhile, natural gas prices are expected to remain under pressure according to WSJ's Heard on the Street. Stay tuned after this short ad break for more details on these stories. Boeing workers have voted 96% to reject a proposed labor contract and will strike starting at midnight. The International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, representing 33,000 members, sought raises closer to 40% instead of the offered 25%. This strike could cost Boeing $1.5 billion and disrupt aircraft production.
Uber and Waymo, owned by Alphabet, will launch autonomous ride-hailing in Austin and Atlanta in early 2025. Uber will use Waymo's all-electric Jaguar I-Pace vehicles for rides. Shares of Uber rose 8% on the news, while Lyft shares dropped 2.5%.
The S&P 500 surged 4.02% this week, closing at 5,626.02 points, its best performance since October 2023. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF trust rose by a similar margin. Inflation data reinforced expectations of a Federal Reserve interest rate cut next Wednesday. Technology led sector gains with a stunning 7% increase.
Short sellers are increasing bets against S&P 500 oil and gas stocks due to declining crude prices. Short interest in the energy sector rose to 2.13% after 4 months of decline. Crude oil prices fell 6% in August and another 8% in September. EQT Corporation is the most shorted stock, while ExxonMobil is the least shorted.
Shares of AST SpaceMobile surged 15.5% after successfully launching 5 Bluebird satellites for commercial communications. These satellites will provide cellular broadband across the U.S. and select global markets. Scotiabank praised the achievement, maintaining a sector outperform rating and a $45.90 price target, citing AST SpaceMobile's unique business model and significant growth potential.
Tesla's rise has pushed traditional automakers to increase electric vehicle production. Now, with fierce competition from Chinese EV makers like NIO and BYD, Ford CEO Jim Farley is rethinking strategies. Legacy automakers such as General Motors and Toyota are also adjusting plans in response to this growing threat. Investors are concerned about Ford's financial health and future dividends.
Intel and Advanced Micro Devices expect AI PCs to drive growth, but early demand is lower than expected, says New Street Research. Despite optimism for a boost from the Windows 10 end-of-life event, PC shipments are flat for 2024. AMD gained market share in notebooks while Intel's share declined. Enterprise demand drives current PC sales, with consumer demand lagging. Elevated CPU inventories could dampen future growth. New Street sees no immediate AI-driven hardware revolution but believes AMD will benefit from its MI300 GPU series in 2025.
Walt Disney Company and DirecTV have reached a new agreement to restore channels like ESPN and ABC, ending a 2-week blackout. The deal includes market-based rates for Disney's channels and adds Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN Plus to select DirecTV packages. This resolution comes just in time for college football and the Emmy Awards.
U.S. natural gas futures fell Friday but achieved a second consecutive weekly gain, driven by reduced inventory surplus and Hurricane Francine's impact on offshore production. The Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement reported the hurricane shut down 52% of Gulf of Mexico output. October natural gas settled at $2.305 per million British thermal units, up 1.3% for the week but down 8.3% year-to-date. Despite producer cutbacks, inventories remain about 9.6% above the 5-year average, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Thank you for tuning into the Daily Business and Finance Show. Stay informed, stay ahead. Join us next time for more insights and updates in the business world. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Until tomorrow, farewell.
This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. This podcast provides information only and should not be construed as financial or business advice. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.